Hello, in this video I will show you how to use this def fade property. This is a very important property because it may change your simulation significantly if you will change it just a little bit. So how it works, I have these three boxes. All properties are the same except this def fade property. So here I have the amount of fragments 30, which means that after primary demolition I will get 30 fragments out of this one box. Then every fragment will be demolished to another 30 fragments, and every of new fragments will be demolished on another 30 fragments again. So it's 30 multiplied by 30 and multiplied by 30 amount of fragments, a lot of fragments. And def fade 1 means that every next def level will use exactly the same amount of fragments. Basically, it just multiplies the amount which it has to use for the current def level to this def fade value and use the final amount of fragments for the next value. In this case, it used 30 fragments for every def layer. And in this case, I have def fade 0.5, and it means that I will get 30 fragments for my primary demolition. And then every one of these 30 fragments will be demolished to 15 fragments because 30 will be multiplied to 0.5, and every def level 1 fragment will be demolished to 15 fragments, and for the def level 2 it will multiply this 15 by 0.5 again, and the last def level will use about 7 fragments. So this is how it works. And there's a simulation which I created already because it can take some time because it creates a lot of fragments. And here you can see in this case we have this mess. You can see that there are a lot of very small fragments, like very small fragments. And as you can see, some fragments were not demolished just because I have this max amount here, which is default value is 4,000 fragments. And this is why these big fragments were not demolished, only because it exceeded this kind of circuit breaker property. Otherwise, these fragments also should be demolished. And here you can see there are much less fragments in this case because we have this def fade 0.5. And for this third box, I used 0.1, and so it used 30 fragments for the primary demolition, and for the next for the first def layer it used 30 multiplied by 0.1, which equal to 3 fragments. So you can see every fragments demolished to 3 fragments, and obviously it's not enough this amount to get fragments for the second def layer because it has to use 3 multiplied by 0.1, which it equals value is less than 1, so there are no secondary def level value. So this is well, you should be very careful with this property because it may change, as you can see, your simulation significantly. Just changing it a little bit, you will have, like, you may end up with thousands of fragments. So that's it with this the fate property, and thank you for watching.